Cheers, Malik. It's me, Jules. And joined by Leg Day. Here we go. Netherlands versus Poland. Poland looking for their first win here at the World Cup. We'll see if they can take it off the Netherlands.
Absolutely are. For me and you, Jules, as well as the Netherlands and Poland, it is the last hurrah here at the Overwatch World Cup in Paris. Question is, who's going to be taking home the pride today and who may well be skulking home with a little bit of a frown on their face?
Yeah, I'm sure they won't be too disappointed, especially not with their performances. Danye has just been a superstar when it comes to the DPS role of Poland. Facility doing the same thing as well.
Yeah, we're going to see superstar versus superstar here. Danye versus Facility. I think that's going to probably be the main narrative as we move through all of these compositions and all of these maps as well. And have a look at Team Poland's roster here.
Well, speaking of Poland, yep, Danye on DPS. He's got a bit of a lineup to go with him too. Sado on the tank has been just so scary. Dexter 2 on the off tank. Got Dooku on the support. Zano on the support also. And then Matro on flex DPS.
Like I mentioned before, Danye, incredibly impressive. But Shadow and Dexter really have come out of nowhere as far as some of us in EU casting are concerned. We haven't really seen them around contenders, but I think they've been a very impressive duo. I think they could definitely make it up there in the next coming seasons.
I hope so. And their opposition for today is going to be the Netherlands. We've seen a lot of them already. Yona in DPS with alongside Facility. We've got Crusade coming all the way from EU contenders with Sab on the support and Korn main tank and Bruce and Flex.
Yona, the first person to make me squeal during a cast for a mid-air punch on a Lucio on a final attack. King's Row was very impressive coming out from him, and I want to see more of that Doomfist. But Facility, he is always going to steal the show as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, let's have a look at what maps we're going to play. Control pre-decided, it will be Lijiang Tower. This map, well, these series of maps even, because there are 3 of them, of course, can feature a whole number of things. It can feature a lot of 3-3, but we've seen Facility bring out things like the Mei on Control Center, so I'm excited to see if we get a little bit of that. And like you said, Yona's been playing a little bit of Doomfist too.
Yeah, let's see where we are going to be going first. And like we talked about before in our first match of the day, where it was also Lijiang Tower as a pre-selected map, the Gardens can lend itself to very different compositions. You can often have compositions that are more able to try and get kills via knockoffs into the large pits that surround the main point. You often see Pharahs doing that, utilizing the long-range concussive blast. It's just, they'll go out of spawn, fire off a concussive blast, see if they can get...
Easy 6k.
Easy 6k.
Easy 6k.
Instant barrage.
I've never seen it happen. I hope one of the teams do it today. Unless they both run Pharah, in which case it'll be 4k.
Yeah. Well, we do know that both Danye and Facility are quite impressive Pharahs, and I imagine Yona can pick that up as well. So I'd love to see some duels in the air. I do miss Pharmacy duels. Those direct rockets, one of the greatest shows of mechanical skill in Overwatch. The combination of both tracking, leading, precision, timing, thinking about where your opponent needs to be and how you're going to prioritize your targets. Do you go after a Mercy? Do you go after a Pharah? Do you think you can hit those 2 rockets in a row?
Looks like the players are just putting their final touches to their battle stations before we do roll into this game. Remember, it is Lijiang Tower. Now, let's talk about comps when it comes to the Netherlands. We are seeing them more often than not 3-3, but Facility has been such a flex player for this squad. He has played the Mei. Yona's also played Doomfist, like you mentioned. The Pharah could be a potential pickup too, but he's one of the only players that's been playing a lot of Soldier too.
Yeah, he has played a little bit of Soldier, but like you said, mostly 3-3, so we usually do see him coming out on the Zarya. It does look like this time, however, Yona is going to be the player who's picking up the Russian weightlifting queen. Facility, like you mentioned before. I know Jules is rubbing his hands together in anticipation. He loves a little bit of Mei, and I'm hoping that Facility does not disappoint him. Matt Moy is also all about that. And Danye currently hovering over the Doomfist, and I think this would probably be one of the greatest starts to a series for me personally to have a look at.
Matt Woy do it. He's doing it. There we go. Facility versus Matt Woy. The Mei off. We got Danye. He's on that Doomfist too, looking to solo carry some games. You know, as soon as you get him on the enemy team, whoops, maybe hang on a second there. Crusade's got a little something to say. Does give him the right click into the punch. Easy kill for him, apparently. Yona is going to find the kill on Shadow, and already Netherlands taking firm control of the point. Facility dinking some heads with those icicles. You've got to be careful.
Getting trapped in there by the frozen orange juice wall, and it's going to be the Netherlands chasing him out. Yona now commanding the Zarya, like we said before, does have a fair amount of charge. Will be moving forward behind the safety of Korn's shield to build up towards that Graviton Surge. He's got a great advantage over Dexter here in terms of the ultimate charge. It's about 30% ahead, almost halfway towards that Graviton Surge already. But Korn, he's leading the way right now. He's got 75% of the way towards that Shadow, and he'll quickly have it as they move forward.
Two different walls, two different colors. They look so, I saw someone say they look so tasty the other day when someone was green.
They
I'm not
do look
entirely
tasty.
sure why. Really, an orange wall looking
Yeah,
tasty
they
to
look
you?
like ice.
Bizzelti jumps
bombs.
into an ice block. He has got a Blizzard available, but Korn with the two-piece. Yeah, thank you very much for the flame strike. Sab's going to move forward with that coalescence. That will be Netherlands continuing to hold the point. Danye looking good on the Meteor Strike. They've got 70%, but he's running into a Shatter and a Blizzard available for Netherlands.
Yeah, Poland here could have some trouble moving through that main doorway. Bizzelti can, of course, move them all in once they do decide to enter and then lay down a Blizzard in front of them. However, it can be eaten by a Diva. Unfortunately, Poland aren't going to be showing off one of those. They did opt to go for the double DPS. Danye hasn't got much done yet on the Doomfist. We'll have to see if he can make a more explosive entrance.
There's the grab. Danye might be able to get out of this. He gets ult in time. I don't think he will, though. Beautiful pin, removing the shield. Bizzelti executing people, putting them all in a deep freeze. That will be Netherlands with a swift team kill. Only using 2 ults.
Clean value there, 2 ults, 6 kills, and a couple more percentage points accrue towards the capture of the control center here by the Netherlands. But look at Poland, they've barely used anything thus far. Soon they will be coming in with a 6-pack of ultimates, ready to lay them all down on the line to try and claim this point.
Yeah, Danye's ready if they combo that with the grab. Uh-oh, hang on a minute. Shadow's already down. Danye's going to fall as well. Grab straight into the Meteor Strike, unavoidable damage, even if you're a Zenyatta with that Transcendence, it's instantaneous. However, Crusade does have that beat to accompany it if necessary.
Let's have a look at this time though, Jaws, 91%. Poland are down to 1 more attack, and if they get walled off again, this could spell their doom.
Oh no, the Ryan's on the inside, trapped. No man's land right now. Nice shatter. Actually doesn't hit Dooku. He was shielded up, and the Gravitation Surge is going to be there also. Blizzard layered on top to make sure Ryan can't shield anybody, and that will be Netherlands retreating back to the point. That was the Lucio actually touching it in the end to cause overtime, and Danye's in the fray as well now on the Doomfist. He's going to find the uppercut and the kill onto Crusade and get him the hightail it out there as well. Doomfist so mobile, he's able to jump over these, and so's the Lucio with a double kill on the boot, or the D-Mech and the kill onto Bruce, and that is. Poland are managing to find the flip.
Credit there, Ziano, for making sure the overtime was going to be ticked over by getting himself to a point using some fancy footwork, or fancy skate work, shall I say. And then he was saved after he was frozen up by Bizzelti with that primary fire for Mei, with Shadows using some great positioning of a shield to move himself between the Mei and the very much helpless Lucio.
The wall. You got to go a different way, unfortunately. Best thing about this, though, you've got the Lucio's speed boost to actually escort you. There's a Graviton Surge. Here is Danye on the sidelines trying to find something. Guy in the icebox going to save you, but not the rest of your team. Bruce finds one with the self-destruct. Shadow is nanoed, though. Chasing after Iona. No speed boost on that nano anymore. Rest in peace, old nano boost. But he has got that shadow available. Does find the pin onto Sab, but still gets chased down. And Sab actually getting saved there by Bruce, who's able to kill Shadow before he ended up getting the pin.
Ziono's trying to make his way in, but looks like
the
Netherlands aren't going to have any of it.
clutch wall. Tracer as well, almost finding the touch, but not today, my friends. That'll be Netherlands taking control.
Indeed it will, and quite a dominant performance from them. They managed to hold it all the way to 99% before Poland had to invest almost all of their ultimates to win out a fight. And we can see Bizzelti here, superstar of Team Netherlands. They said so themselves, giving a couple of peace signs to the audience.
Sab's having a little fun as well. You can see him lean back in his chair, having a little grin to himself. He knows it's a little bit more fun now. Both of these teams, unfortunately, cannot make it to BlizzCon anymore. So why not have a little bit of mess around with the compositions. I want to see more Danye and Doomfist, but it looks like right now on our other screen we can see he's actually locked in the fire instead. Same with Facilities.
Well, we see Matt Woy on the Tracer, so double DPS could come out here from Poland. Danye there in the sky, on the Pharaoh. We are going to see the Pharmacy duel that we so eagerly anticipated. No kills coming through from that concussive blast.
That was very close.
Very low.
Dooku so close to going down. He's going to pick up the mega health back. Oh, Sab, not quite so lucky though. Danye is going to find the boot kill straight in to see the fishes. So not the aquarium you'd want to visit. Definitely not. It's all the way down about 30 feet under. Matt Woy is on the point. However, 65% on this pulse bomb. Not quite as effective as it used to be on Fiercely, with only 300 damage now instead of 400. Still going to find the kill onto Korn though. Crusade trying to get the resurrection off. Beautiful defense matrix in order to stop all that damage going through. Korn does get rezzed in the end. Netherlands aren't a man down just yet. However, Maui being a little bit aggressive here, has got that pulse bomb to use, throws it out, ends up missing it, but it looks like Brusen, they're going to back off to the bridge. Poland, firm control at this point so far.
Great defensive play there from Brusen to make sure Crusade could survive the entirety of that resurrection. Unfortunately for the Netherlands, Poland over the course of that fight did capture the main objective, and now Dooku can build up towards that Transcendence by giving the Harmony Orb to his tanks here for a little bit of healing. Now right click is going to be the name of the game, just trying to get that last 5% so that he's ready to answer any incoming aggression from the Netherlands with the Transcendence.
Yeah, it goes for that recall, has got Pulse Bomb himself. He's going to dash over to the point. He's trying to find Matt Roy, but hang on a second. Sav's waiting around the corner with a right click. Transcendence used. Pulse Bomb is going to get stuck onto the Winston, I believe. Yeah, Transcendence not able to save 300 instant damage on the Winston. Instant kill for him. Resurrection actually straight on top of that barrage, but they were able to take Danye rather quickly. Did most of that damage to himself with Brusen's thrusters finishing off the rest. 50-60% now on the clock for Poland. Netherlands do get the flip though.
Brusen once again able to save Crusade from the attention of Poland's DPS as he goes in for the resurrection. You can tell that these two really have built up synergy over the course of this group stage. Crusade is making these riskier plays but has the trust in Brusen to know that he'll survive through it. Danye moving over from the Farah now, who's conceded the aerial duel. Instead he wants to bring out the revolver, try and poke him down from long range with that hit scan weaponry, but of course he's also got to worry about the shields and defense matrix and the micro missiles as well, Jules.
Yeah, apparently so. That's self-destruct straight after that resurrection to try and deny something. Dooku is going to go down. Danye does get back up, but the problem is the rest of your team, Danye, they're already falling. Facility with a triple kill, and that'll be Dexter going for the quick reset, taking a dip, and Danye, in fact, goes down. In fact, 4 kills for Facility at the end.
And he's earned himself yet another barrage, and I imagine that will be Dooku, who is the target of the barrage. I hope he's brought his umbrella, Jaws. It's about to get very, very violent in his vicinity. Netherlands can move forward, of course, with the support ultimates that they've garnered. Crusade's only 13% away from that all-important Valkyrie, and Sarbaz of Transcendence ready to go. But now Yona has to decide which target he wants to go for. May decide if he wants to try and stick Dooku. Feel out, see if they have Transcendence.
It's going to be raining pulse bombs in a second. Yona goes in for the recoil animation counter there with the melee. Easy kill, however. Resurrection does come through for Poland. So they are a 6-man squad yet again. Korn going rather low himself, actually, in that Primal Rage, in that small room, batting everybody around, refusing to let any of them go. Korn, Yona jumps straight in. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. That boy ends up going down. Switched over to the Brigitte as well. He's had enough of that pesky Tracer, but he met its demise.
He has been brawling out so effectively. The rally is already there, and the rally will be incredibly effective for getting that armor under the shields of Dooku, which means he's going to be very much more resistant to the fire of Yona, Korn, and Brusen, which will use small arms fire, which is heavily affected by armor, can almost half the DPS.
Hey Shadow, what's good? Try and run from that. Tracer right on your tail, 100% of the time. Oh, the flashbang from Dani. There we go. He finally met his man. Shadow going extremely low once again, has to jump back for that mega health pack, but with his body not on the point right now, I say that, Primal Rage, 2-second cooldown on the lead, how could I forget? A Transcendence from Poland to keep everybody alive and well on the point so far, but Korn going extremely low on the outside. Shadow is going to follow that up and try to find something, but double pocket onto Korn to make sure he is in the fight still. Netherlands end up backing off, lost too many members early on. Brusen and Sab now spawning in. Vizelsi switching over to that Zarya now.
Poland are in a reasonably comfortable situation here. They are about 30% away from claiming the second point of Lijiang Tower. However, absolute perfection, Jaws, is demanded should they wish to claim the entirety of the map, because Netherlands are but 1 fight away from claiming Lijiang Tower. They can bank up some ultimates here, but for now they decided they're going to change it. Their style, go over to that classic 3-3, no longer worrying about the DPS play.
Danye's got the dead eye. I'm ready for it. Self-destruct coming for his face though. Can he get around the corner? No, he cannot. Brusen with the triple kill. Resurrection onto Danye. You're going to have to do some mad solo carrying now, my friend. You got a Mercy pocket, but you're running into a Transcendence. Yep, takes the honorable way out, jumps off the map, and in fact, Crusade secured the kill with the boot. That's Netherlands securing Leisure.
Who needs a grab when you're Brusen? Just get a 3K anyway with that self-trip. That was perfect placement there. He knew exactly how he was going to mitigate Danye's Deadeye. He knew that he could not channel the defense matrix for as long as the Deadeye could be channeled by Danye. So instead he decided he was just going to zone away that entire area and force him cancelling off the channel.
This one, he got that 4K. Look at that. He's not even in the air. Doesn't care whatsoever.
Ground Farah.
Ground Farah. Boots on the ground, unfortunately. Danye. You saw him, like, dip round. Oh, all my teammates are dead. Well, I guess I died as well now.
All my friends are dead. But They'll be coming back to life, don't you worry, Danya, as you will be moving over to Hybrid. And that will be the choice of Team Poland regarding where we go, and could have a pocket pick. I often suggest Blizzard World, but we do know that is actually probably one of the best maps of the Netherlands. They described it as one of their better maps in terms of win rate throughout scrims, so probably don't want to go there. Maybe we just go back to something like King's Row, where you can play those double snipers, you can show off your Hanzo, you can show off your Widowmaker, and I think double sniper may well be in the wheelhouse of Matwoy and Danye.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Let's have a look. Poland's choice for Escort is leg day right. We'll have to wait and see. There you go. Well done. Hybrid is your one. We'll see how many you can actually get over the course of the game.
Top tier analysis, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it counts, man. Sometimes it just takes a 25% chance, guess? Yeah. Odds, man. They're against you.
That was some good maths, man. I'm proud
Thanks.
of you.
I'm like, literally, did you see the cogs turning in my head when I said that? 20, 25? Yeah, 25%. Yeah. King's Row will be the map choice, though, of Poland. They will be on the offense first. We do have Netherlands on the defense, but like you said, they could come out with that double sniper. And it's quite prevalent in this map specifically. Long sight lines, especially for the Widowmaker when she's on the offense. It's got a high ground advantage too, technically. But you've got to skirt around that hotel if you want any meaningful push, especially with tanks. 3-3 is normally the case that we see with a lot of teams.
Be real, Jaws.
But, I was about to say, but it could possibly be something a little bit more fun. Crusade, finally on that tour. No way to jump off the map either here, so he's going for it. Korn's going to be at his back with that Orisa.
This is both real life and fantasy in the orange here. Go on, Crusade. Lay down the turret. You can hear the French crowd. They love the Torbjorn. Torbjorn. Da, da, da. Torbjorn.
French crowd. Probably one of the loudest crowds I've ever witnessed live.
Loudest for a Torbjorn, I've heard.
Loudest for a Torbjorn. That is definitely true.
I don't know, maybe at BlizzCon there's cosplay competition, someone comes as
True.
Torbjorn. I don't know.
True,
but the point we're making is that the French crowd are absolutely electric.
Animals,
and actually, I was sitting in the crowd during Poland versus France, and they were clapping every time that Danye got the kill when the camera was on him. It wasn't just all about France.
That's what's best about him, man. They're cheering for everybody. Yona has actually switched out to the Soldier. Okay, they're going triple DPS, 2 tanks, and Sab solo heal.
Yona's going to be able to lay down some consistent long-range DPS right now. Crusade's going to rebuild the turret behind Orisa shield. But what the Netherlands need to be mindful of here is that they need to support Bruce when he goes down to support the point. Poland can force the engagement here.
Let's engage from Danye. He's going to meet his match though in Yona. You did put that down that bionic field in order to heal up. However, look at Poland now. They're on the point. Just darting around this turret. They don't really need to sit on top of it. Well, Matwoy definitely does though. Oh, hack on the Torbjorn. Not where you want to be because he's right behind you. You've got to look in 360 degrees before you attempt something like that. Although Sab falling here, this could be the undoing of Netherlands. That's her solo heal now down. Danye's going to find another one. Sado going to find Yona. Yep, Dooku. It's like, yeah, cool. No one. Going to dive me anyway, so I can just sit back here and heal everybody completely for free. Crusade unfortunately goes down. I can't imagine he'll be stick on that tool, although he's got Molten Core ready. And this is a consistent motif with the Netherlands defense on the first point of King's Row. We often see Brucen having to be the one who rotates onto the point because Korn can't move down and reposition his shield without having a significant cooldown to try and move back up after the fight. And because Brucen has to go down, he demands a huge amount of support, which Sam just couldn't give to him that time. He was focused down, and the Netherlands had to move onto the point and give up their positioning where they were strongest. You can see that Poland now don't want to give any positioning to the Netherlands, claiming a lot of forward space, although Danye is going to be retreating. When in doubt, goats it out. Here we go. Netherlands rolling through with the nano boost to their name, but that is the only ult they have. Danye, in fact, has that Dragon Blade. There's a couple of resets can be coupled with the nano boost now from Dooku, and they have Sound Barrier too. So they've got quite the force to be reckoned with right now. Brucen with a good bomb could actually disrupt this. Nice sleep in the air. Let's go. Misses the pin though. Uh-oh, not where you want to be. But the problem is, there's a Prime Ranger Monkey at your back. Beautiful sleep onto Danye, and he's still managing to survive. EMP from Matwoy signals no more shields for the rest of Netherlands. Dexter manages to pick up 2 kills, and Sado now cleaning everybody up. Korn manages to get the kill eventually on Danye. Couldn't quite find the pin earlier. The Flame Strike did strike him true though.
They were hoping it would just take the Nano Blade, but unfortunately Poland had to invest all 6 ultimates there. Danye's had enough. He's just embarrassed after that particular sleep, and Saab's going to be feeling himself very happy right now. Over to the Doomfist. Wants to be a pain in the back line. Saab is going to be very vulnerable to that, but of course he can always fade away should he find himself in danger.
I'm telling you, it's the power of the headband, man. Yone is going to move towards that payload now. Shadow in a very, very risky situation. Korn has that Shadow, but the problem is there's not really anything to couple with it right now. Everybody gets locked up on the corner of that building. Crusade and Bruceson claim a couple of kills. Danye trying to get out of there as quick as he can. Does go for that ground pound, but the problem is Facility's going to chase you up fairly easily. Even Crusade almost. Oh, he does manage to clip him actually around the pole. Dooku falls. That'll be Yone finishing up Matway. Complete reset here from Poland. If you change off that Danye, I'm going to be pretty disappointed. Nope, you stay on the Doomfist.
Get him up and knock him down. Do you think every time that Saab gets an impressive sleep on someone, he like writes a Z on his headband? So eventually it's just like
It's like you write a new gun, like every time you get a kill, right?
Yeah, man. Just like scratch a 1 in.
Exactly.
Tally chart.
He's got a Sharpie just on his head every time he gets a sleep down. Well, there's a couple of ultimates available for Netherlands now. Yona's going to activate that rally. Now, Korn does have that Shadow, but like we said before, the problem is everybody's so mobile, no one's really going to be on the ground. If you 2 dive tanks mixed in with Danye, just nano him, man. Just nano Danye. You know he wants to pop off. Korn still backing off, playing rather scared at the moment. 3-3, very boots on the ground, like we always say. And Brewson's really the only person that can challenge Danye.
Yeah. And you've got to worry about the amount of health that the Netherlands have right now.
Uh-oh, not where you want to be. Everybody's almost dead in the grab already. Brewson didn't even need the self-destruct. Kills off Dooku with just the thrusters. Korn finds the pin as well onto Danye. Another clean sweep for Netherlands. Poland are going to have to reset, but they do have that EMP available still.
Visibly was seeing red. He saw 2 undefended supports who were within graviton distance of each other. He sent in the Kobe grab, and he hit it just where he wanted. Quickly cleaned up by the Netherlands. And now Poland are going to have to start using some of these ultimates. So they banked up Jaws. They almost have 6 ready to go, but the last fight they won required all 6 as well.
Hey, maybe that's just what it takes. They got 6 ults. Meteor Strike on the back line. Eliminate Saab or Crusade, or at least try to. That'll be Matway looking for this EMP.
Oh, he wants to try and hack him on his way down.
Uh-oh, Coalescence used early by Saab. Not what you wanted to do. Sound Barrier, though, in response to make sure they survive the initial burst of damage. They do have their abilities available to him now, but Salah was able to push the Reinhardt actually out the way in order for the Shatter to actually hit a wall instead of the rest of his squad. And now he's going to find the kill onto Yono, using that reset ability on the jump very effectively. As soon as you come out of that Primal Rage, your jump does get reset, so it makes you extremely mobile. Another mobile character, Danye, just popping off for the Doomfist. Still has that Meteor Strike. 4 ults invested. They still got the nano boost, though.
It's not quite as clean as I wanted from that way. I wanted him to get the MP, turn around and get the manual hack on Crusade as he casted that sound barrier, because he knew exactly where Crusade was going to be coming from. So I can't fault him too much. Look at how much he's done with that SMG. He's almost got the EMP again, and no one's going to expect this once so frequently.
Quick re-engagement, nano boost onto the Monkey. Korn's in trouble. He's got that personal barrier, but Danny's off the side, waiting for that to disappear. Brewson finds the kill onto Matboy already. Shadow just still playing rather scared up on the sidelines here. As soon as that nano boost did run out, he was hightailing out of there. That's exactly what Poland's doing right now. I'm curious if they're going to go for a little change up in composition here. They are just wandering back fairly far. Danye still has that Meteor Strike. Hasn't used it yet. Hasn't found a need to.
Shadowveil was happy to use his shield and his escape to try and make sure Facility wasn't getting any additional poke. And you can see now that Brewson is spamming down this corridor. He knows that's where Matboy wants to come through and scout. Of course, if he gets hit by just 1 pellet of the Diva Spray, who doesn't have to reload, he will be decloaked. And that's why Facility is spamming down here as well. The Netherlands are being so cautious regarding Matboy.
Maybe waits for the Coalescence again. There's a self-destruct once more. It's like the teammate's already dead, Brewson. Stop throwing it in. There's going to be Korn blocking the self-destruct, but it is going to kill off Yono. Personal shield, I can imagine, wasn't available. Brewson does manage to kill off the Lucio. Matboy ends up going down. Still with the EMP. They have 10 seconds remaining. They can get back to the point. I think Danye, if he doesn't use those mobility cooldowns, but looks like he's going to have to use that Meteor Strike, or at least try. He's going to go up in the air. 1 second ticks.
Too late.
Only just. Do Netherlands save that point? Danye ever so slightly late.
Not quite what Poland wanted, but it isn't a blowout here, Jaws. They have got most of the way through the second stretch of King's Row, and they did, of course, cap the payload. So still winnable for Poland, but the Netherlands are going to be feeling incredibly happy with their defense there. They managed to force so much out of Poland. And not only that, they were so good at responding to the ultimates, the engagements that were being thrown up from by Poland. They forced out more and more ultimates. Even if they knew they were going to lose the fight, they became such a nuisance to Poland. But more and more had to be committed. Like we saw after Danye got the Nano Blade. He was slept. That required the EMP. That required a self-destruct. That required a sound barrier, and a primal rage as well. And that's just so many resources to invest into one fight when they can just come back with all their ultimates and just wipe you continuously because your ult bank's been decimated. There's no momentum left.
That was an insane sleep. Snab will be sleeping well tonight, I can imagine. Dreaming about that over and over again.
Just replaying in his mind.
Hey, I would. If it was Danye especially jumping in with a nano blade, I was just saying.
That's scary.
That's a pretty big target to hit, if I'm honest. That's the person you want to be able to subdue in this game, and it is Danye. Poland are now on the defense, showing us a little bit something frisky too here. Here we go. We're seeing the Sombra on the defense, and the Genji as well by Danye. So, Netherlands, are they just going to roll out with 3-3? I hope not. I hope we see maybe Crusade Torb attack. Pretty good, you know. So I want to see if we keep seeing Dooku in this area with the large health pack. You can see a silhouette there off to your left. And this area can be hacked by Matwoy. Thank you, observers. Look at that big health pack there. That could be hacked by Matwoy. It will respawn on a 4-second countdown, can heal you for up to 250. And that will give Dooku a huge amount more sustain if he's dived upon by someone like Facility or by Korn. Enough for his team to come out and help him and keep him in the fight for longer. Jonas actually decided to go on to that Widowmaker. He's going to find the initial shot, so he might just want to go back and change. We'll have to wait and see. Doesn't like they're running a Genji of their own. Facility on there, and Yona on the Tracer. So, old school dive, or not quite, as they do have the Mercy, but dive nonetheless.
Gonna have to get rid of that Winston shield, but Matwoy's already down, getting a little bit too aggressive.
Get rid of Matwoy, why not?
Oh, and Danye too. Okay,
this health went 200 to 0 in a flash. Facility's going to jump on the Ana. Beautiful reflect. Oh no, it didn't actually end up going off. In fact, he's in trouble now. Still manages to kill Dooku with the right click. I don't know how that worked, but Netherlands are going to jump onto the point. I thought that reflection was godly, but it will be Dooku falling, which enables Netherlands to push through that majority of the healing disappearing for Poland. And now, 5 minutes and 40 seconds to push it up to that second point.
Well, you might have thought the reflection was godly, but we can attribute that to Saar playing that incredibly intelligent, or rather Dooku playing that incredibly intelligently. He laid the Bionic Grenade down on the ground instead, so it would only affect him as well as hitting the other two, who weren't able to get any sort of recourse or ability to avoid that.
They're going to move through. 3-3 on either side now. We've got Dooku with the nano boost. He is going to be able to use that fairly early on. Sav does have that Transcendence, though. We'll see. No sleep darts from him, unfortunately. Sav's going to use that straight up, like first up, in fact. They still got nano boost. Netherlands going to have to be rather careful here as soon as that wears out. They're going to get dove on if they're not careful. Korn does have that Shadow. Isn't going to hit anybody, but the barrier now down for Shadow. He's got a Shadow of his own. Korn tried to go for the sneaky pin, but it didn't seem to work at all. He ended up just walking into a wall. Got a small concussion. He's going to have to force his way back as well. As Sab and Yona are going to go down. Bruce and Smek's gone. And that way Bruce and falling to the 4 wins as well. Netherlands going for the reset. They do have the self-destruct. However, Sab using that Transcendence early, man, that's not good. We got Danye, and he's already got that grab.
The game sensor of Danye was insane. He managed to use his personal barrier to block a huge amount of a cone of effect coming out from Korn's Earth Shadow. And that meant that it wasn't so much strain on the shield of Shadow.
There's the grab straight on top of the payload, and they would just want to dunk the self-destruct on top. Dexter eliminates 2 supports, and that'll be Korn finding the Mercy kill onto Shadow, who was in the front lines, but that'll be the rest of Poland cleaning that fight. Now we are looking at Netherlands with a beautiful ult bank, where they want to be able to push with this now. They know Poland doesn't have much.
The death of Shadow here forced Poland to be aggressive. They need to move forward and make sure the Netherlands were going to take their time to regroup here, because it's taking such a long time for Shadow to return to their fray. He spawned all the way at the back of the map. He only has a charge every 10 seconds, and he's still a long way back, but now Poland have to try and remove themselves.
That was a very delayed Shadow by Korn. It looked like he jumped from the top of the building there. Jonah does end up popping that rally. That was Matwoy actually did get shattered, but he was able to get up in time before Korn could actually reach him. They are still moving forward. Korn wins the barrier duel right now. I say that as he does jump out of the way and one gets pinned. Albi Shadow find the kill onto Facility, who did have the Graviton Surge as well. Good sleep onto Korn, but it might be all said and done as that Nano Boost comes straight onto Shadow. Yep, Netherlands having absolutely none of that. They're going to back off, Sharpish.
People may be sick of me talking about it, but Danye's barrier usage there was absolutely perfect. Yes, it was a sustained long shadow coming in from Korn. He only put Matwoy on the ground. He did manage to go for the charge though. Danye managed to shield that charge, give himself 340 energy to move forward with. And then shielded a second charge as well.
There's the beat, self-destruct with the Shadow's combo, gets one. Shadow's going to go down, but the sound barrier eating most of that damage also for the rest of the team. It's only Shadow falling, but Danye is going extremely low too. Korn is just pushing everybody off the cart. He's had enough of it. No ults for Poland here, although Matwoy activating that rally at the end didn't quite manage to save the rest of his team, but it's going to delay a little bit more time. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remain. Netherlands don't have that much ground to cover now.
They do not. This is scary time here for Poland. Netherlands are in spitting distance of claiming match point here at the Overwatch World Cup Paris group stage. Poland have but a few hopes to go on. Danye with the Graviton and Dexter with those bombs. We've known them to be incredibly effective with them in the past. We'll have to see if Brusen can eat this.
Or Big C Sav activating the Transcendence, and that self-destruct didn't go anywhere. They're able to actually just go around to the side of the building to avoid the damage. Matwoy instantly caught in their own ground. Netherlands now, they're just wiping the floor with Poland. Matwoy and Danye didn't see it coming. Netherlands go to match points.
The Zelda there managed to also block the Shadow coming out from Shadow onto Korn by shielding Korn right in front of the Shadow channel. Otherwise he would have been taken down, would have been able to follow through on that grab as effectively. But he must have told Korn, you can swing into this, you don't have to worry about shielding, don't worry about Shadow's ult because I am on the trigger finger. I know when that's going to hit, I'm going to make sure you're safe and I'm going to make sure everyone else is safe as well.
Well, with that, Netherlands taking the 2 points on King's Row. It's still going to be up to Poland to decide where we're going for the next map. But match point now to the Netherlands feels pretty good. The Poland reverse sweep is still possible, and they can still win a game here at Paris.
I'm still so impressed with Saab Sleep, man.
Scary, dude. He's a scary man. I'm telling you, headband powers.
Yeah, I want to see maybe a substitution come in from the side of the Netherlands. It is their last match, and they still have Dante on the bench, and I think it would be nice to give him a little bit of playtime. But of course, Yona is doing very well thus far, and if it's working, you don't exactly need to make a substitution.
No, not really, but Dante, I'm sure he'd like to get a little bit of play. We'll have to wait and find out, though. We're going to jump to a break, guys. We'll be right back.
The Overwatch World Cup is brought to you by T-Mobile, America's fastest network ever. And by Omen by HP, the official PC of the Overwatch World Cup.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Netherlands versus Poland. Right now, Netherlands 2-0 up in the series. Match point as well. There's a small substitution coming through for Poland. It's going to be pretty exciting to see who that is.
Yeah, I imagine we will be seeing their third DPS player. Probably going to be saying bye to Matt White for this particular stage of the Overwatch World Cup and saying hello to their more hit scan oriented partner, Red Shock.
Red Jog is coming in for Poland. And now this is their time. This is the reverse sweep. Maybe he's the clutch factor that they actually need to find the reverse sweep in this series. Go 3 maps in now and just brush it off like it's a breeze.
Absolutely, you can see him. Stone Cold Killer prepared to carry, move Poland back into this series. Reverse sweep hopes, as always, Jaws, as we move into Assault, are still alive. And this is often where the turning point comes. Assault can be where people drop maps that you wouldn't usually expect. We saw Italy claim a map here against Germany as well, especially on Temple of Anubis.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what that map is going to be. Remember, it is an open map pool, guys, if you only just joined it and joined us. And if you have, what have you been doing for the last 2 days? Come on. So much Overwatch. There's only one more series after this.
Yeah, evidently they've been playing ranked.
Yeah, clearly.
Or
you could do both, like one monitor and then another one you have the World Cup on, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's normally the best option.
Question is, where do you think we're going to be going, Jules? I personally think probably going to be someone a little bit special. I want to see something that's not Temple of Anubis.
Yeah, same. So we've had a lot of Temple of Anubis today. Come on, it must be something a little bit different. We'll have to wait and see, though. It is going to be Poland's map choice once again. There we go. Not Temple. It's going to be Horizon Lunar Colony. Alrighty, we're going straight to the moon base.
Some spicy things can come out here as well. This was where Quad Tank had its genesis, Jaws, back when it was just rushing 4 tanks on the point with Moira, who was at the time a fresh hero, and Lucio just saying, come to us, come and give us a fight. But now it's a little bit more, it evolved with Overwatch League. We saw Orys's on the high ground, we saw the integration of Junkrats, of Widowmakers, and now Red Jock, of course, has come in with this hit scan prowess. He can play a pretty spicy Widowmaker should be required.
Red Jock and Danier rounding out the DPS for Poland, and this is the Horizon Lunar Colony of New as well. Something worth keeping in mind. Have to see what they want to roll out of the gate. As Netherlands are on the defense, as we do just glide through those doors, just somehow. Not sure how that technology works, but hey. Might be just energy doors projected like they're actual doors.
15 years in the future, Jaws.
It is,
or rather 50. This is camera phase technology.
Truth, truth. Well, you know, it could just be hologram doors made to look like real doors to stop people going in.
Sombra legitimately teleports, so I think that the secrets of matter and energy and the space in between have been thoroughly figured out.
Well, Winston would know. He's on his home planet. Well, not home planet.
Home planet. It's a
moon
moon,
ain't a
Jaws.
planet.
It's
Oh,
literally
okay.
called the moon.
Also didn't take astrology when I was in university.
Or basic science, apparently.
Basic science. I'll tell you what grade I did get in biology in college.
B.
No. Much lower than
I
that.
had too much faith.
Well,
but
boy.
I do have faith in the Netherlands defense. Look at this, we're going double main healer. Saab out here on Viana, and Yona going to be incredibly aggressive here on this Doomfist combined with the Sombra. I want to see some targets get debilitated, have their abilities taken away, and then Jonah to take away the rest of their life.
Oh boy, we've seen more Doomfist. That's what I like to see. Red Doc, though, he's on at that Genji. Oh, Danye has been found out. Let's think about the Winston there. You can actually Sombra check around the building. It's pretty easy. Same with the Diva also.
So the low base movement speed of the Winston does mean that you can very easily move away from that Tesla coil. You've got 50% increased movement speed while in stealth.
Yes, that you do. You're taking a couple of pot shots at the encroaching members of Poland, but right now, Red Jock already at 40% on the Dragon Blade. He's done a little bit of work already. Yona's going to be the main one. They actually want to go for the hack on here to remove all of that mobility that Doomfist does have. Nice nade actually lands on 2 people. Instant boop up there. You can see there, reducing that damage of that jump to absolutely nothing. Danye is going to pick up a member of Netherlands here, and Korn. Facility is actually going to find the same as well. One healer now down for the side of Poland. Dooku still on the point, just trying to make sure his members stay alive. But the Netherlands defense right now just falling apart.
Duke managed to win out of a long-range Anadol against Saab, and now he has the nano boost ready to go. This could be part of the Shadow at a moment's notice. Should it be required, but he's going to be taken down by Brucein.
Duke, what are you doing, buddy? Does manage to find the sleep onto Korn, but a Bunny Blaster too strong. He ends up going down. We Poland with a very swift cap here on first, and they've got EMP to go. They've also got the nano boost. We're ready to rock and roll.
This is the best opportunity that Poland will have to take a swift second point. You can see exactly where we went to Horizon Lunar Colony. It's not the most practiced map for a lot of these teams. Isn't really in the contenders map pool, so a lot of Netherlands players won't have been practicing it. Meanwhile, the Netherlands, let's have a quick look at their ult bank. They're pretty close to just about everything, Jaws. That could be a 6-pack, but Poland's going to be in the exact same boat. They've already got some ready to go. Not only that, Danye can stop them from using their ultimate should it be required.
He just saw Facility as well. Beautifully EMP in the skies, mixed with that Dragon Blade potentially, although apparently not. Vanilla Genji players all that they need. Red Jock is going to be able to find 2 here, with Facility going in with the EMP as well. There's no real follow-up here, apart from Yona apparently. Double kill for him. Brucein comes up big as well with a headshot onto Sado. That will be a beautiful retake here, or I say retake, defense by Netherlands. Shadow had no idea that was coming. Diva in his face, and Yona solo carrying that on defense. Dexter is going to get staggered pretty nasty. If they do manage to kill him and get back in time, they do. Only a little bit of ult charge gained off of Korn as he does almost not quite stagger himself, but just limp away.
And you can see how much value that a Dome Fist has on an assault defense, because you are able...
Bumped into each other again.
They can smell each other. But the Doom Fist has a huge amount of value because you can always trade out very effectively with your one-shot kills. Yona there got 2, and that basically scuppered Poland's offense.
They only invested EMP last time, which means they've got this Nano Blade again. Mercy up in the air. Oh, Red Shot just narrowly avoiding the kill onto the Mercy. Couldn't quite find her when he did 180. Korn's going to find 2 supports here on the side of Poland, who were left high and dry up on the high ground. Korn is going to plant himself on the point now to make sure no capture percentage goes over. They almost have found a tick. Red Shot going down. Shadow is going to follow him up, and that'll be Poland once more being staggered. Dexter, unfortunately, at the mercy of Netherlands now.
Another Z on Saab's, another Z on his headscarf, because of course he did get the solo kill there onto Red Jock when Red Jock decided he was going to try and go for the assassination, but now Red Jock's had enough of the Genji's. Moving over to Brigitte, going to be providing quite a bit of healing, but he's not going to be moving forward with a Reinhardt. Shadow and Dexter want to maintain the ult bank that they've accrued thus far. They want to use the Primal Rage, but I feel like having a Reinhardt here, if you're going to move forward with this melee focus support.
Look at that positioning from Facility, baiting them in. Poland have to attack like this. They have to move through that door. As soon as they do, instant EMP, and Yona and Brucein are there for the follow-up. No way they were going to survive that one, and a plethora of ults as well for next fight.
Dye used his own EMP as well, so now he's going to be moving over onto the McCree. Doesn't want any more of this nonsense. Dexter, a long stagger there from the Netherlands. They're making sure they can whittle down Poland's time back, because it was very hefty after they got such a quick take on the first point, and now only 3 minutes 40 remain. Danye's just giving a couple of love taps there to the tanks before he realizes where the remainder of the Netherlands team are. He knows they're going to be hanging out on top of this beam. Of course, Poland can wait until this beam is a little bit further away, so that Jonah has to invest a little bit more in terms of cooldown.
Yeah, as we strike goes for the uppercut on the Winston. Rocket punch away. Albeit in the face of everybody now. Meteor strike, and you can see Poland just running away, but nope. He's just going to use it to reposition himself on top of the beam.
It is, and now the beam is moving away from Poland's entrance, so this means Yona will be able to charge up that seismic slam a little bit more than just make his entrance. There it is, 109 damage.
109 charge as well. That's a whole bunch of damage on the frontline tanks. Actually forces the Primal Rage out of Shadow. He's able to protect the very rest of his supports. You can see that is one Zed you're going to have to scrub out now. Unfortunately, Sav, as he ends up falling down, missing the sleep dart on the Primal Rage and Winston in the corridor. Usually miss that. Hey, everybody gets one, no worries. That'll be Shadow taking him out, and with Jonah falling as well. We saw Red Jock actually switching over to the Brigitte earlier on. He's actually met his match now against Yona, and Danye, just the king of the McCree, king of the castle, sitting up on the high ground, finds himself a triple kill. That will be Brucein with the self-destruct, but his baby diva is already gone. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, and they've already acquired 2 ticks.
So much value here from the damage boost coming out of Zayano. Korn tries to make an engage, but it's so
he
heavy.
tries. Crusade as well, trying to dislodge Danye. You didn't stand a chance. He's getting perma-pocketed by this Mercy. Brucein, final attempt to get onto that point, but no, Danye is not having any of it. Tracer doing a good job, just narrowly avoiding Danye's shots for the time being. We even see the hamster ball as well coming through, but Korn just gets batted away. Round 1 completion and a full cap.
And Dooku there swapping from Rihanna onto the Zenyatta is one of the main factors as to why that managed to work. We saw a swap over to a more, well, let's say it was more of an Overwatch League Season 1 support structure. We saw both the Mercy and the Zenyatta. This allows for the maximum offensive capability of a team because the Mercy has a permanent potential to damage boost one of your DPS players, giving them a 30% increased damage. And that was very good for Danya when he was in that position where he was basically inassailable. Crusade tried to go in, make something happen with Velucio, but you can't 1v2 with Velucio against a McCree and a pocketing Mercy. You just don't do enough damage, and he's going to do a huge amount more damage to you with that damage boost. I said damage a lot of times, but I'm going to continue saying it because damage is increased, Jaws, by the Discord orb that came out of Dooku on that Zenyatta, and it means that whenever people come in trying to stall, they're taking 30% extra. They fall a lot faster.
It's kind of crazy, right? Because you get the damage boost on the McCree. He's already pretty formidable anyway. Then you Discord somebody. It's like one-shot, two-shot tank, it feels like. It's actually disgusting damage. And Danye is always clicking heads.
I think you do like 111 damage per shot on something that's discorded if you have a damage boost.
That's stupid. That's a lot of damage. Danye does a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
By the way, gold damage, by the way. That's what he's typed in all chat right now. Just to let you know. Brewston's having a little bit of fun in the spawn room. It is now Netherlands' turn to attack. And we have Poland on the defense running something similar they ran on the offense here. They actually got Danye on Sombra, and we got Red Jock on the Genji.
Indeed we do. The question is, what will he be deciding to do with this particular hero? He is going to mostly be following, like we talked about before, the Discord orbs, or what is hit by Dooku's Biotic Grenade. He's going to try and have to use this offensively. Him and Zion are going to basically try and use their vanilla healing abilities to heal each other so that Dooku can save this Biotic Grenade to force an engagement with Shadow, Dexter, Danye, and Red Jock, especially if Danye can get a hack onto Bruce and ensure that that Biotic Grenade can't be eaten. That is when the engagement will occur.
That's critical. 4 minutes on the Netherlands time bank to push on to this first point. 2 minutes Poland were left with in the last round. We'll see what they can do with that. Yona backing off here. Potentially wanted to change something.
Doomfist?
Maybe. Pretty useless his Tracer against the hack coming out from the Sombra.
It's a full change.
Okay, wow. Going to 3-3. No, they are not actually visibility on the... We're on 3-2-1. With visibility on the Soldier.
About to show off some tracking skill. Bruce is taking a little bit of damage here, but it's just going to mean some extra healing charge for his support. Whoa!
Oh my God.
Get out, kid!
Oh my goodness, what was that damage? Facility's aim is on point.
Widow 76 over here.
Yeah, I think it was Helix Rockets him as well. I don't know. He did not expect that coming, that's for sure. And you can see right now, Netherlands amping up to try and get to that point quicker. Takes a fair bit from the Shurikens, and 60% already on that blade. You can see why they brought Red Jock in. So quick is he at charging the ultimate.
Indeed he is. Right now he's controlling the high ground, but Netherlands are controlling the point. Poland needs to get in here and try and contest. Shadow's going to be the first, backed up, but he's taken down straight away.
You see Crusade booping up into the mid-air, so he had nowhere to run. Yona comes in with the kill, easy game. I mean, Dexter also with the self-destruct almost, but the problem is he's already demeched. This is a storm by the Netherlands, exactly what Poland did on their first assault as well. Facility just finishing a couple extra bodies off. 15% now till he gets his ultimate. Crusade's going to find a kill in 6 minutes and 30 seconds at the time, mate.
And it's a testament to the clarity of shot calling on the Netherlands. They were able to give up some time to decide what kind of composition they wanted to run against what Poland was giving to them. And already they're moving forward onto a point, taking advantage of the momentum they have.
Transcendence earlier on for Sab, and now Tactical Visors unleashed. No one wants to mess with him now. Dexter comes through, hasn't got any more of that right click available to him. No defense matrix to sponge a little bit of that damage, meaning Bruce and Dexter will end up going down. Facility trying to reposition here, so he has the range advantage and actually has to force players from Poland to move towards his position. Big EMP, however, from Poland, and a sound barrier to match also, so they are just very hardy when it comes to taking the fights. However, look at the map right now. Look at the timer right now, I should say. 5 minutes and 40 seconds. They've already secured a tick. Red Jock needs to pop off here. He's got the blade. He's dashing in. Can't quite find the Lucio, and Brewston's going to take him out with the thrusters, and now Facility's just going to join his team on the point. 5 minutes in the time bank for Netherlands.
Record time there, and we've got to weigh up the decision-making here of Facility. The second he popped the Tactical Visor actually went the high ground. And there are multiple reasons why he may have done that. For one, he saw Red Jock coming up on his right, trying to duel out against him, and he knows that Reflect is available and could cause a lot of damage to him if he were to accidentally throw a few bullets or a Helix Rocket into that. And also he moved down so that he could lay down that the Biotic Field for the Zenyatta, which he knew would be very adversely affected by the EMP. Needed that healing to come through as quickly as possible, because the EMP does not affect the Biotic Field. It will continue channeling after it's been EMP'd. However, you can't put it down after EMP, because obviously the ability is disabled. So being able to put that on, it was like a preemptive measure to make sure that Saab could survive.
Just saying, shouldn't have activated the ultimate. With aim like Facilities, you can do way more damage. Just click on those heads and just tap firing on the soldier.
Headshot damage.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need it, I'm just saying. Jonas actually going to be on the defense. Doomfist, there we go. It will be Netherlands on the defense first, of course, as Poland do have lesser time. 2 minutes versus 5 minutes and 33 seconds. Netherlands going for this full dive. Visibility on the Sombra has been pretty scary, especially with this new layout of Horizon as well. If you do come in, there's a small room on the right-hand side, which attackers can use in order to get a big health pack. But if that's hacked, that's gone from your repertoire of healing. That can't come from your support.
To contextualize the stakes here, ladies and gentlemen, if Poland cannot cap at least 33% of this point, the Netherlands will win the series, as this can only end in a draw, and then there's only one more map within the pool. So here, Poland, they have to keep their reverse sweep hopes alive by claiming at least 33% in.
Dexter's scared, he's paranoid, he's left-clicking around, he knows Facility is on that Sombra. Actually seeing a small swap up here from Poland. They're going to keep the Sombra on Danye, but RedShock is actually changing over to that Hog.
They're opting not to go for a Zai here. They don't want the combination of Dexter's self-destruct and some kind of the Graviton Surge. Instead, they're going to be moving rather quickly through here. Yona's going to repossession, doesn't want to quite make the engagement yet. He's letting Korn take a little bit of this with a shield, going to wait for potentially that Winston shield cooldown to come back up. He's got to be incredibly careful, though. He's going to be the main target here of RedShock with the hook.
Oh, he finds one hook, disconnects though, as Bruceson did duck behind a wall rather rapidly. RedShock going fairly low, has to take a breather. 8-second cooldown on that ability, so he's able to stay on that point for a long time without too much assistance. A hack on the Reinhardt, a hook missing once again onto Saab. Beautiful sides there from him as well. Double main healer on Netherlands, worth keeping in mind, but Korn's already going to go down. No healing his way, and no healing Bruce's way either. Yona's going to dive straight in, but straight into the clutches of RedShock, who's already earned himself a whole hog. A nano boosted Doomfist, they've got nothing on RedShock right now. He's going to get hacked up as well. They know he has ultimate. The hook misses, but the pellets definitely don't. Face full of scrap. Dexter is going to finish off the final kill onto Saab. I take that back. Dooku with the ore finds Bruceson. Another quick cap here by Poland. However, 2 minutes in the time bank were used. 1 minute and 30 seconds were in the time bank were used.
And they are going to get a courtesy 30 seconds to move forward now, but it still looks like it's only going to be about 45 seconds if the time bank draws. That's time for maybe one fight, maybe time for two if they get wiped quickly, but they do have the tools in their bank to make this work. Danye ready to come in with the EMP. He can tell everyone exactly where the Netherlands are. He's going up over a translocator.
He wants to throw
Let
it
it
loose.
loose.
He doesn't make it. He actually activates it a little bit too soon. Oh, it might matter because Korn's just destroying your backline with the Primal Rage now. RedShock's going to go down, and in the air is Facilities. They got 20 seconds remaining now here, Harry. Danye's going to fall. Someone's going to have to make some very, very quick moves towards that point. 15 seconds now.
Have to see if there are any swap-ups coming through from Poland. RedShock still on that big pig. He's going to take a while to get there, but Zaizano does have, of course, the speed boost on the Lucio. Dooku's making his way through. There's the skating monster going to try
got it.
overtime.
Oh, he might just force overtime. Facility finds the kill. They managed to do it, but Dooku's down as well. 2 healers dead for Poland, and Shadow is on the point. He's got the pig in his back, but Facility's got his number. He's got the barrage. Dexter is going to get eliminated from the mech, and Poland are halted in round number 3. Can't quite finish the second cap.
This is still winnable for Poland. The reverse sweep dreams remain alive for the Polish squad, but for those of you keeping score at home, any full completion, or rather full capture of the first point on this map draws will result in at least a draw here between the two teams, and then Poland can obviously only win one map, and that'll bring the scoreline to 2-1 and give the Netherlands the series.
Poland still looking for their first win here at Paris. They're going to want to do it for the fans back at home and here in France. Right now, Netherlands, like you said, a full cap here will earn them the series win. We'll see what Poland want to do on the defense. 5 minutes and 33 seconds is looming over their head, however.
That's a pretty good time back. They gained 1 minute and 33 seconds on their initial time allotted for point A, so pretty good as far as that's concerned. When it comes to Horizon Lord Economy, which is one of the harder maps to capture, actually pretty much all assault maps are very hard to capture because you need a really clean wipe, and that's exactly what Netherlands managed to do when they put Facility onto that soldier, which is so impressive. And he's showing off all these different heroes to the Owl Scouts that we know will be watching, saying, you know what, I'm looking for team, by the way, Jaws, and look at all these heroes I can play, look at what I can do with them. No one expects you to play Sniper 76, and Zozano definitely didn't expect that on the Zenyatta either.
LFT in the bio, by the way. DM's open, by the way.
just to let you know. Netherlands on the offense, they're running for the full dive here. Sab on that Ana, looking for some 6 sleep darts. Maybe a full change here. Looks like they're going back to spawn. We'll see what they want to roll out with. There you go. Yona's actually switching over to the Brigitte. Okay, so they're going to do the same what they did on the last push and have facility on the soldier.
Oh, this time Zyano isn't going to be on that fairly vulnerable Zenyatta. Instead, going to be a little bit more evasive on the Lucia, but for now, just sticking around with Dooku. He wants to be able to boot out Korn or Gruesome when they try and make transgressions against Viana.
Oh, he tried to do the same thing onto Dooku there, but Dooku a little bit more the wise. Danya gets found out, and uh-oh, you got to back off there, Shadow. Yep, received a little bit of HP from Dooku. He was naded in the end. Facility's aim is actually insane, by the way. Red Jock is going to go down first, though. Korn just moving forward. Facility at 60% on that tactical visor already, but beautiful sleep from Dooku. But the Tesla Cannon is going to wake him up, and that healing field is still down as well, just netting him additional charge on that ultimate. 92% as they manage to cap and tick the first point. Lucio ain't going to save you now. Hippity hoppity, get off Netherlands property. That will be Korn finding the last kill. 4 minutes, turning into almost 5 here for this last push.
When we talk about property, this series is now the property of the Netherlands. They are going to bring themselves to 3-2 when it comes to match score here in our Paris qualifier. We're going to move on to the second point, Jaws. They do have, once again, the tactical visor. Will Facility decide to give up the high ground here as he brings it out? There we go.
He's done it, but Korn's already down. Not looking good for the Netherlands right now. Main tank falling, not as much protection for Facility. At least it's the tactical visor. It only managed to find a bit of damage on Dexter's mech. However, it going down might just be all that they need. Red Jock's got about 1,000 HP now, but so does the soldier running away. He's got the nano blade, but nothing comes above it. But Bruceman opening up the fight with a kill onto Shadow. Facility's going to find the kill onto Dexter too. Dooku's on the point. Danye's there too. You're going to have to touch it. 33% has been acquired. Netherlands 3-0 in the series.
And they have claimed this very cleanly, Jaws. There was potential there for the pocket pick to come out of Poland to take a off-the-wall pick. Not Anubis, not the Volsky, but to come out with the Horizon. Unfortunately for them, the Netherlands were ready. They had their strategies down. And you know who gave them that strategy? There on your camera, their coach, Morty.
He's looking good. He's a happy chappy. 3-0 up right now. And everybody looking pretty happy too, which is the most important. At the end of the day, Overwatch is a fun game too.
Play with your friends as well.
Exactly.
But next, Jaws, we will be heading over to Escort, and unfortunately now for Poland, it's all about that national pride. But as always, when you're playing in front of such a large audience, both online and in the venue, it's all about getting noticed, people seeing exactly what you can do to get picked up for contenders, get picked up for a high-tier open division team, get picked up for Overwatch League even, in a couple of special cases. I'm looking at you, Vasily.
Yeah, looking at you. He's got nutty aim. We'll see what he can do on this next map. Remember, it is Poland's map choice once more. They've had a plethora of choice, actually, throughout the entirety of the group stage. And like you said, national pride is now on the line. They do manage to win at this Escort map. We've got a lot to choose from. We've seen a little bit Dorado today, which hasn't been the most popular of all maps.
I'd love to see a little bit more. I think it would suit rather well Red Jogg's love of the Genji, but also any sort of vertically focused map like Dorado or like Watchpoint Gibraltar does lend itself to good Genji play, and that's exactly what Red Jog wants to show off.
Well, let's have a look what map Poland did decide to go to for our fourth and final game of this series. It is going to be Dorado. Okay.
I think I'm 3 for 3 right now, Jaws.
You didn't guess Horizon though. You said it's not Anubis.
Well, yeah.
But I could say like it's not Blizzard World and get it right. You know? It doesn't count. It doesn't work that way. Dorado will be the map choice then.
I'm calling it 3 for 3.
Okay. You keep that score to yourself though, yeah. I got 2 for 3 in my head. I want to see Genji. I want to see Tracer. I want to see full dive coming through for Poland. Seems to be where their strengths lie. Or even double sniper as Danya is hovering that too. Poland on the offense, Netherlands on the defense.
Just going to make sure they can soak those sleep darts coming through from Saab if he offers to go over onto that Ana, which is a huge liability sometimes when you're going up against a dive composition. Ana doesn't really have any mobility, can't really defend herself too well after those cooldowns are expired. Can brawl out for a little bit because of course she does do 70 damage per shot, and see you, Bruce. That was a very quick dive from him. Although it does look like Saab this time is going to be opting to go onto the Zenyatta. And the Zenyatta Moira is a combination I haven't really seen that much thus far. Moira is going to give a lot of healing to the tank line. Oh no, Crusade's actually going to move over now. He even bamboozles me on the defense. Usually this is just what happens on the offense. This is a far more familiar support setup right here, Jules. The damage boost and the Discord orb we ran through it earlier, why it's so good for Assault. And it's also very good for just Overwatch in general for the same reasons I listed previously. Meanwhile, on the side of Poland, we are seeing a little bit of hands-over from Danye, and we saw this before in their match against France. Danye almost single-handedly cleared this courtyard.
Well, damage boost galore for Yona on the Widowmaker. Visibility obviously is going to be more than protected. This is a dirty spot, by the way. Oh, you can see. Oh, that was so close, Yona.
Oh,
uh-oh.
This is not good.
That actually connected too. His grapple's actually on cooldown now. It's fine. They should be okay. They have to commit a lot of resources to actually go get him. So for the time being, he's going to be more than safe. There we go. He's over the wall and back to safety.
That's horror movie stuff right there, Jaws. But Poland are going to be moving forward relatively uncontested thus far. Netherlands have decided that the sword they want to die on is the courtyard. Corn's going to be setting up his own shield there, and gonna have to watch out, Danye. Don't catch any more of those missiles. 111 health, he will die to one of them.
Got Korn on the Orisa. Very good at this point at just holding down that lower ground, this small arch right here. Same with Reinhardt. Orisa does kind of carve out a protective shield, obviously with her shield, but like the area indeed with the Zenyatta sink behind, it's going to be pretty easy. That was interesting. Red Jock actually taking out two members, Facility and Crusade already going to fall. Okay, he's warming up, he's ready to go. Apparently it took 3 games, but he's in it to win it now. Or 2 games, in fact, he's only just come in. He finds another headshot onto Brusen. Will be Poland now moving the cart through. This is why they wanted to go Dorado, man. They want to win this map. They want to make it a 3-1.
And when I talked about Red Jock, I talked about how he's coming in as a hit scan player. He has a very impressive Widowmaker. Currently, he's put Crusade on notice, but it was going to be a quick amount of healing there. Saab's given him the Harmony Orb, but Poland, they've claimed the first point of Dorado in pretty much record time right here. 5 minutes remaining on the time bank for second. Netherlands here, they need to make some sort of gambit, try and have it pay off in terms of stability, because right now, oh, that's not going to help.
And Yona saw him first as well. That always feels good as the Widowmaker. The shot sails past your head, you instantly click his head. Yona is going to get resurrected though. Obviously Crusade was on the Mercy, so he is going to give him a little bit mercy right now. Dooku is going to be moving the cart here. There is a Imprecise going on for Red Jock. However, look, Vex is actually doing a lot of work. Same with Danye. Zab is going to go down. Crusade's going to follow. Danye just ripping face right now in the front line. Poland pushing through and just making this look easy.
They turned it up to 11, Jaws. They've had enough for shenanigans of the Netherlands, and once again, Yona put on notice. Red Jock going to give him a quick tap across the map. Not quite a headshot, so he will remain in play for now. Danye can use the Sonic Arrow to aid his co-sniper, give everyone on the side of Poland some vision.
Uh-oh, not enough vision apparently. There you go, Facility's going to go down. Yona activates those Imprecise, couldn't quite spot out Dexter in time it seems. Dexter is fairly low however. Look at Shadow's positioning right now. On top of this walkway to make sure the snipers can't get a position on him.
Here comes the Dragon Strike straight in towards the Diva.
Oh no, straight on top of it. And that Transcendence, both of them in fact, coming out instantaneously. Crusade falling though. They're going to have to rely on all that HPS coming out from the Trans, and now Sab falling as well. Netherlands getting routed right now. Danye is doing a good job of just clicking some heads. And right now, like I mentioned before, no one can really get a position on him because of the tanks having control of the high ground.
Watching this, Jaws, I beg to wonder why weren't they playing double sniper on King's Row? This has been so effective us. It's just been outclassing the Netherlands on these particular heroes.
Oh, nice use of the Dragon Strike there to clear everybody off the payload. Doesn't matter apparently because Danye is going to find 2 regardless. Crusade, you can see him kind of hiding in the Dragons, trying to not get shot. But Danye don't care about no ultimates. Red Jock is going to take off Facility, and that'll be Poland capping another point. 4 minutes and 40 seconds, and we're in the base already.
That's a stupidly high amount of time. Also, this is a power plant, Jules.
I said base.
This is for Lumerico power plant.
I can see the sign.
Also, have a look at the payload. It's actually delivering a core for the reactor. So
like
there's some lore for you, but speaking of facts, what we need to know, Red Jock currently has all of the Netherlands in his sights. We need to be very cognizant of that, but no, Yona, don't test him.
Testing, yeah, the crown as well. That was a big all from there. That'll be damage boost and a Discord orb on the Tracer. You ain't long for this world, unfortunately. Oh, Red Jock narrowly hitting his head on the roof there. Just going to get sent plummeting down to earth. Shadow once more has control of this high ground. It's fantastic seeing them understanding their win conditions here. Being able to just stop all this dive coming through from the high ground onto their snipers is exactly what they needed. Korn going to force out the Transcendence from Poland. Dooku using that fairly early, see if they actually want to be able to move forward with it. Korn going fairly low, but is surviving for the time being.
Good value on the trade right there, but Danye's quickly building up towards that all-important Dragon Strike. Facility got a little bit too low.
He got zapped away. Red Jock in a lot of trouble as well. Everybody is just collapsing on his position. There's a resurrection onto Dooku, but being a support, you're going to have to back off fairly sharpest and wait for those tanks to come back up. Korn goes very low and ends up going down to the big fists of Shadow. Unleashing the Primal Rage, he's going to back off to the rest of his team. Is inflicted with the Orb of Discord, so he takes additional damage from the front line. He's going to get stuck as well, but man, motor out, goes to about 50 HP, but a double pocket will see him through.
Ceases movement, making sure that he's going to catch anyone else there, but now Jonas in trouble. Here comes the Dragon Blade.
Oh, the Blade Facility finds two, make that a third, make that almost a fifth as Jonas is able to finish it up. Shadow is a victim of Facility Blade, and there we go. That's what we wanted to see, a 5K for Facility. Netherlands, they want to make sure the game lasts a little bit longer.
Facility also moving over onto the Genji now. Not a hero, we've seen a huge amount of from him in this series, but showing nonetheless that he is incredibly effective on it. And now Poland, they're moving over to this competition they use to take the first point of Horizon Lunar Colony. But triple tank without the Zarya, instead they have Red Jock on that Hog to get the hooks, and Danye will be trying to disable people's abilities with that Sombra.
Big hook, but a 340 energy for Facility there. Shadow goes very low. It's, uh-oh, that's one pinned and one squished frog. Korn is going to get nano boosted. He's going to move towards that Hog. Hog does use take a breather there to subvert a little bit of that damage and heal himself up, but that's just free charge for Korn. I'm sure he won't be too mad at that one. Danye goes down, and Netherlands hold strong for now. And this is the snowball. We've got that grab. Well, we've got the Earth Shatter, sorry. We've got the self-destruct. We're building up towards the grab. This is what Poland need to dislodge now. They need to make sure they can take out Korn before anything else happens. They've switched over to 3-3 themselves.
Indeed they have. Danye's going to be the one picking up the Sombra, and Red Shock will be moving over to Brigitte. Going to try and make sure that Korn is always on notice about these incoming shield bash stuns. They lost for a second, and that's a big window through which Shadow can plant the Nerve Shadow, but he's going to have to generate it first.
Secondary bubble already used on Korn there. Doesn't find anybody with a Shatter. I take that back. Actually got the Lucio in the background, but no one else can actually follow up on that. Danye, and looks like they're actually chasing someone underground. It will be Yona who got split up from the rest of his team. Poland, this is a good opportunity for them now. Move through this meaty front line with the help of your Peter. Facilities at 90% charge now of Graviton Surge. The sound barrier does come out for Netherlands as well. Korn finds a nice pink here with the Lucio yet again. Is sent sky high with that Shatter. Is instantly grabbed too, so he can't make any use of it.
Indeed he can, but now they are all anti-healed by Saab, landing a meaty bio grenade.
It does indeed. Bruceson now is just going to destroy the shield of Shadow. Nothing can stand in the way of a nano-boosted D.Va. Game on, says Bruceson, as they now just stagger Dexter out. It's so cruel watching the D.Va in this situation. Oh, man.
What was once such a voluminous time bank as well, Jaws now is shrinking and melting away. 41 seconds remain for Poland in their last chance to prove themselves here in Paris. They do have a couple of ultimates to work with. Danye has the Graviton Surge. Dooku has the Transcendence. It's going to be making sure that everyone can get that 300 HPS, maybe save them from some incoming damage that Facility can deal out.
Danye is on 100% charge. He has the grab, looking forward. Big nade onto Danye and the rest of his team in the front line, but Graviton Surge to match as well. That self-destruct perfectly placed, but no! Yona with the one-man shield is able to save the rest of his team. A rally comes out from him as well. Danye now moving forward and just trying to chunk out through Bruceson. 3 seconds now remain on the point, and that will be a big sound barrier to try and survive them through this entirety of this grab. The self-destruct a little bit too late from Bruceson, and that's an answering sound barrier coming through from Netherlands too, but they didn't quite expect that. Korn lays down that hammer, and Red Jock's going to go down, but Korn being a little bit too aggressive gets taken out by Dooku, and now they have that shield advantage in Shadow. He gets bubbled, which means there's no thing stopping Danye right now. He's got 100% energy, and he's got a dream. Manages to take out Facility, and it's all Bruceson. Needs to be able to stay alive to touch this cart in the final few moments.
Shadow desperately needs to try and keep his shield down for a little bit, but he has been anti-grenaded. Needs for safety here. He's going to get a shield from Zarya instead.
Perfect cleanse from Danye. He's got another grab, sends it in. Brucen's meg instantly destroyed. You're looking the wrong way, guys. Netherlands are going to get wiped. Sab jumps onto the point. Headband left in spawn. And Poland managed to complete the cap.
It may be overtime, but it ain't over yet, Jaws. And now the Netherlands. The gauntlet has been thrown. To win Dorado, they must at least complete the entirety of a map, and that's easier said than done. We saw that last point so defensible. A 5-minute time bank from Poland was whittled away again and again by the Netherlands defense. But there's still a chance here that Poland can defend and claim a map win. And of course, we'll have to see if the Netherlands will be able to push through. It requires a lot of finesse to move through Dorado, because especially on the second point, you need to be very cognizant of verticality. You need to be able to swap between different compositions. If you rely on a 3-3 composition to try and push through first, where verticality isn't so important, it does mean that you may have to swap up to a Winston and a Diva to try and control the high ground when it's filled with various hit scan or long-range DPS like a Widowmaker or a Hanzo on the defending team.
That's exactly what Poland did on the offense. Just fill out those tank slots with the Winston and the Diva, get on that high ground and protect Danye, protect Redzok from all of this incoming fire. As soon as you take that high ground, the Hanzo and the Widowmaker, they can just free reign from up there and just use those tank meaty bodies and the defensive matrix and the bubble in order to stay alive for as long as they could. Like you mentioned, why didn't they play this on King's Row? It's working out so well for them thus far. They're going to go for the double sniper setup again. Shadow is on the Orisa, however, they do have the damage boost. I want to see it permanently on this Widowmaker. We'll have to see what Netherlands want to do on the offense. They've got 15 seconds to decide.
And one of the main factors about the double sniper composition is that you can set up a crossfire and allow a Reinhardt to not be able to shield both of you. Sure, you can shield either the Widowmaker or the Hanzo, but you cannot shield them both because they're firing from opposite directions, and you've only got a little bit of directionality with your shield.
Directionality, I like that word.
Oh well.
We've got to read the dictionary more often, clearly. Facility using that dash to get back to the ground ASAP. Doesn't want to get dinked. Did have the Discord orb on him as well. They're going to move this cart round, and now Poland, recognizing the fact that Netherlands do have this full dive with Ana at their back for the main heal. They don't want to be up on the high ground where their snipers can easily get dove.
Danye feeling a little bit of pain there. Facility's going to be picking up a Venom Mine. He's quickly going to dodge out of X, and knows exactly that Red Jock will be aware of his location. Now Red Jock's going to post up on top of this archway. Needs to worry mostly about some long-range fire from Facility, because of course those shurikens don't have damage drop-off, and he can reflect the shots straight back at their maker.
Ooh, Facility trying to line up those headshots. Goes for the deflect. Yeah, completely gone. Oh, you baited! Looking the wrong way. Red Jock went down onto the floor, just sniped Facility on his backside. That will be Red Jock now with the Emphasize available to him as well. In fact, they don't even need it, to be honest with you. Sonic Arrow pulling everybody together also. Poland with the dominant position up on the high ground. Sab does have that nano though. Here comes the Winston, dove straight onto the back line. Already found one kill, support's isolated completely. The Orisa does go golden to stop her from moving around. Damage resistance there too, but not enough for Facility to just slice her through.
There was great timing there on the Hulk from Shadow, however, to catch Korn midway through his leap, cancel all the momentum and put it back on cooldown. So that meant the Netherlands had to wait before they gave the nano to Korn, because he needs to be able to move forward quickly with that to be able to catch out the support. And that meant that they don't have quite as much time as otherwise they would, because they're getting a quick double dink there. One with a reflect, one by his own making, and now he's going to move back up. This is all about generating the ultimate here, Jaws, and the reason he wants to generate the Dragon Blade so much, not just because it's good, but because of the dash resets, it can be incredibly good for moving between verticalities while maintaining offensive power.
His nerves getting a little bit fried there. He's got 90% of that Dragon Blade though. Delete that bubble and he will have a free blade. Thank you very much. Here we go. Dragon's being used on the point to clear everybody off. Facility still up on the high ground. Bruce's Spec's going to go down. He's got the blade. Just wait for that Mercy to get out of the way though. They need to make sure that cooldown is down. Nice deflect as well onto the Zenyatta. He's going to be scurrying for help. Well, the Hanzo, sorry, he's going to be scurrying for help. The Zenyatta's actually dead. Dooku goes down to Korn, using that Primal Rage, and still, Netherlands move the car.
And with Dooku unavailable, that does mean that Zayano might be quite limited in terms of the places through which he can move with the Guardian Angel. Facility may be looking out here to see when Zayano uses that Guardian Angel and will chase him down thereafter with a Dragon Blade. But we'll have to see how judicious he's going to be with the usage. He knows that moving into Dooku, Zayano, and Danye here could be an incredibly dangerous proposition. Danye learned that the hard way on King's Row when he got slept.
Oh, Dexter having to get a double pocket here. Doesn't want to go down too quickly. As a self-destruct around the corner. They might have Winston Bubble to get it out of the way. Crusaders in air, though. Drops like a stone. Facility with that blade dancing on the Zenyatta's head, but Dooku gives in the boot. Easy clap for the Zenyatta. Always feels good when that happens, and he's going to clean up another one. In fact, Brewston's going to go down, and that'll be Sab falling as well. Still, ultimates available in the bank. Yona's going to give Danye a parting message in a bullet through the brain, and in fact, Red Sox going to actually sacrifice Jonah's life to the forward.
It's only a fair trade, Jaws. 1-for-1 Netherlands here with an impressive ultimate bank, though. Korn was the only one to use a primal rage in that last fight, and he's building up towards another one, rather sharpish. Jonah almost has those infra sights, and the infra sights are going to be very useful here for Vizility to give him the ability to plan out how he wants to path his Dragon Blade. He needs to know where he's going to be putting his various different dashes. He has picked up a Venom Mine here, so he's going to have to be a little bit more careful.
Korn's already dead. Haha, Danye. Greetings through the wall. Has got a Dragon Strike available to him. However, right now, you don't need to use it. You already killed Korn, Danye. You don't need to take any more lives, not just yet. Another smart Sonic arrow placement. However, like you mentioned, you only did have that emphasize, and he's going to activate it now.
Red Shock's Infrasight only just expired. That's why Jonah decided to wait for so long. Now there's a distinct advantage for the Netherlands regarding how much information they have compared to Poland.
Oh, he just wants to go for the assassination kill. Assassination going on to Korn, though. There's Vizility with the kill. Okay, this is where they need to start. The Resurrection is going to come in. He's going to be able to kill her off before it actually goes through. Only 80 health available to him, but it doesn't seem to matter. Sab's going to use that Transcendence on top of that point, and Vizility not needing to use the blade at this moment is going to force out that trance as well. There you go. He's going to clean up. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Vizility of the two-man blade. Can he get a third? Widow on the wall. Red Shock manages to escape alive for the time being, but a Mercy in a 1v2 situation, that's not where you want to be. Poland, they're going to lose the point here. Netherlands are going to find that cap with 3 minutes of the time back.
I think Korn accidentally knocked Red Shock out of a slash there from Vizility, so we couldn't quite get the dash reset. Fortunately, managed to follow that one up and eventually grant the dash reset, which was needed by Vizility. But this does mean that Netherlands won't have that available for the next fight. Of course, they do want to always have that Dragon Blade available, but Vizility no longer is going to be on the Genji. Instead, he's going to be moving over onto the Zaya. The Netherlands have had enough of this DPS-based composition. Instead, they want to go for 3-3. Subpool's incredibly low, but very sustained for him here.
Super aggro. There's a sleep dart onto Vizility. Not going to be able to charge up off of that. They do have the self-destruct from Bruceson, but no ults charged up just yet after the swap, like you just mentioned. Nexus got the same thing, though. Vanilla Bruceson, though, he's coming in with the bomb. Doesn't quite find anything. Shadow's really low, though. There's another bomb in response. Yoni is going to go down, but Sab's going to use that Transcendence fairly early. Knowing that Danye's falling here, knowing he can't actually gain any ult percentage here is a good move to do to make sure that they just push forward around this corner and get a dominant and priority position on this on the cart, sorry.
The speed of the aggression here from the Netherlands, they're claiming all of them out to be their own. They're moving straight up. You know, Vizility's up there trying to make sure they give him a little bit of extra energy, give him a little bit of extra charge for that Graviton as well. Now Korn is locking down this road of ingress, and this is Poland's last chance to potentially defend this.
Dooku has the nano. Shadow's going to be the recipient. He's moving forward, already 200 HP. This is going to get knocked out of the way, but the Flame Strike is going to burn Korn on the way out. That'll be Netherlands now moving forward, but losing their main tank. They're not going to be able to do all too much. They just want to be able to farm ults here. They need the grab, they need the self-destruct in order to pull something big off. Shadow has the shatter in kind though, and so does Danye. He has the Graviton Surge of his own.
Korn a little bit singed by the Fire Strike, of course, and now Shadow's built up the Earth. Shadow to try and lay it down upon his co-Reinhardt. Korn is almost there as well, but for now he needs to be respectful of Shadow. Make sure he's not giving away too much space or being too aggressive either.
He's back in the fight. That's Red Shock using that rally early on. Shadow's still available. There's the Graviton Surge. Shadow responds to try and stop the oncoming assault. Shadow is going to go down, though, to a nice big pin. Sound barrier as well, hitting 6 members of the Netherlands. And a shatter as well. Lands on 2. Bruceson sends the bomb up. It's not needed, apparently. Well, Dexter ends up going down, but half the members of Poland had already fallen. They're going to push forward. Dooku falls as well. A couple of meters now stands in their way of completing. 3, 2, 1. Netherlands managed to get it. Poland defend with their lives, but with 0 seconds in the time bank for them, it will be rounded up. However, right now, Netherlands sitting in the priority position.
We quite literally, Jaws, are going the distance here, and like you said, priority position will be for the Netherlands as they have a longer time bank, which does mean that Poland is going to have to attack first. They're going to have to be the pace car here. They're going to have to show how far they can get this payload, and then the Netherlands know exactly what they need to do to win. They can pace out their ult economy a little bit better. However, something about escorts when it comes to the second rounds is that overtime pushes can be incredibly effective, because as long as you're on the cart, the game can continue indefinitely.
Thank you. Explain the video.
You're welcome.
Poland on the defense.
Malik does a fantastic leg day impression.
Does he really? I don't think so. I don't think anybody could sound more British than you, I'm going to be honest with you.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's not a compliment. I don't know, maybe it is.
Well, what do you mean? Of course
Depends where you come from. Netherlands on the defense, Poland on the offense. Here we go. Same setup. Jona's going to be on that Widowmaker, looking for that cheeky grapple spot. See if he's going to go in the same position here. Poland are going to know realistically that he is going to be there, but Korn is going to give him that early barrier to make sure he can't get instantly dove on. Visibility as well, going for the cheeky arrow. Sab as well, the cheeky right click on the front door. There's a small little gap. You can get a few extra ult charge fairly early on. Sab actually got 9%. There you go.
This barrier, however, does mean that Korn can't reposition to barrier up Saab quite too early. Red Shock will be the victim there of Facility, and Danye's just going to carry his Stormbow all the way back to spawn. And does look like they are going to be going for the 3-3 composition. Red Shock may decide to stay on there. Nope. Moving over to a Brigida. Classic 3-3 from Poland, whereas the Netherlands, they are going to be standing strong with their Orisa D.Va combination and the double sniper. This will be able to set up a very potent crossfire to make sure Shadow cannot shield from both at once.
All right, nice sleep. Only one person can actually challenge that, though, in Dexter, but he's getting perma-pocketed. He doesn't really have to worry. He's already 70% on that grab. They only need to push him off the cart here. It's only 20 seconds in the time bank remaining. However, they are making good pace thus far.
Look at how the Netherlands are currently setting up a crossfire, making sure that Poland are being aggressed upon by all sides. Here comes the Dragon.
Oh, where did that ragdoll go? Shadow ends up going down. Facility with 3 kills, 4 kills. Yes, Lucio off the point. He ends up going down. Dooku getting revenge, but it's too little too late. Dexter gets demegged. Waves everybody a goodbye. Sent up into the air. Netherlands halt it just under the bridge.
And this is incredibly winnable for the Netherlands. It's going to require a huge amount of aggression from Poland if they want to make this defense work here. Because, of course, they've got to hold it basically just before that archway. And usually that's where you'd see teams defend. So we could see a difference in style here, either holding all the way up, like on the rooftops in front, and basically rotating down to the cart one at a time to try and make sure that it's never moving more than need be. Or they can just defend under the arch with something a little bit more resilient, shall we say, like a Reinhardt and Orisa.
Let's have a look at that Dragon Strike again. Everybody pulled in with the hold from Orisa. Perfect play from Facility.
Apart from where he died to Vienna.
Apart from when he died to the Ana. Dooku just went in YOLO style.
Can't stand up to the count, man.
It's true. Dooku just nailed it, man. There's no healing. Facility's like, oh, well, I guess I die then. But
Yeah.
we win the game, so it's fine.
Guess I'll die. Meanwhile, far from dead are the Netherlands and Poland. Still all to play for when it comes to pride and showing yourselves off. You can see Danye there, prepping the Pharaoh. I want to see it happen. A combination of different styles of damage coming through with Red Shock with a long-range hit scan damage, and Danye with a long-range Pharaoh rockets. The French crowd, they're all about Poland and their pride here, or the Netherlands. Everyone wants to see some blood here in Overwatch.
Yes, they do, and Facility is going to give it to him. He's on the Genji, Jonas on that Widowmaker. A bit of a different defense, though, from Poland. They've got Daniel up in the air. Eyes in the skies on the Pharaoh.
They are Yona yet to claim any lives. He's going to be watching out. Oh, got to watch out a little bit harder there, my son.
Did a little somersault there as well. Nice first
for
blood
landing.
for Red Shock.
Now Korn's going to be moving forward. Right now, Netherlands, their only focus is just moving this cart forward. They know that the objective is their main concern. They don't have to waste too much time skirmishing right now if they can get free movement on the cart.
Yes, they can. Sab's doing exactly that. Oh, narrowly avoiding some headshots there. So always makes your heart rush a little bit when it does a bullet does whiz past your head. Dooku is going to go down, however, Facility moving rather aggressively forward. However, you've got to think about that Mercy. Instant res onto Dooku, and Sab's going to go down as well.
As he can farm up his Dragon Blade a little bit on Shadow, who's around this corner, and you can see that he's just being assailed from the top with Shurikens raining down from Facility, who's quickly building up towards that blade. Korn needs to decide what method of ingress he wants. Once again, Yona has been outdone by Red Shock.
So Red Shock finding yet another kill. Now no resurrections are available. Crusade did use his on Sab in order to bring him back to the fight. 45 seconds now remain. Half the time bank already disappeared.
Almost an infrasight ready for Red Shock as well. No surprise we'll be able to come through from Poland once that is active. Double infrasights here. Yona also has been farming that up on the tanks, not getting any killing blows though, so everyone knows where everyone is right now.
Sab tries to go for the jumping right click. Wouldn't test it. I would not test Red Shock right now. He seems to be on fire. Nice deflect from Facility there to make sure he doesn't go down first up. Sab is going to fall. He's going to be the first casualty of this war. Danye is going to find the kill up in the air. Yona is going to need to do something about that Pharaoh. She's raining death from above.
But she is playing around the architecture just so well, and now only 5 seconds remain. Oh, what a reflect! Facility's going to open this one up.
And he's got Blade. Let's go. Facility's taking this game into his own hands. A resurrection onto Dooku, but lack of healing now from the Mercy. Shadow's going to go down first up. She doesn't stand a chance, taken out of thin air. Danya's going to get healed up, however, in that Transcendence. That was perfect play from him, annihilating Facility. Dooku resurrected from the grave, kills Yoda, but Crusade is going to find the res on Facility. No one was paying attention to the body because they are all already dead. Netherlands with the 4-0 over Poland.
Poland so close to glory there, but of course, we've been talking about him all stage long. It would be Facility opening it up with a quick right click, a quick reflect, and then the blade coming through as well. Allowed Dooku to be resurrected, which meant the Transcendence could come through, but he picked his targets well. He knew that Shadow was weak, could get him with the odd slash and dash. That combination quickly dispatching of Winston, and then we saw Zyano moving around outside of a Transcendence's area of effect, and that misplay meant that he could be killed by the blade.
Friendly handshakes all round. Been a fantastic stage from both of these teams. Individual prowess from a lot of these players. Danye especially. Dooku's been just a shining star as well, I think, on the Polish roster. Sleep Darts, something to fit.
Shadow's also been quite impressive as well, playing on the right half, matching up to Korn and getting good shadows now and then. He's combining well with his Brigittes, and everyone's trying to establish here how much synergy they have, because none of these guys were pretty much in teams beforehand. They've just come together for the World Cup, and they're already establishing synergy.
Yeah, they are. They're going to want back to their PCs now, collect up that gear, and that will be the journey ends for Netherlands and Poland now. But, like you said, Contender Season 3 is coming up fairly soon as well, so I can imagine we're going to see a lot more of these players.
I imagine we will, but let's talk about what really punctuated that entire series, and I think it was the DPS play, because Danye put on a show. Redshot coming in only in the second half was incredibly impressive on both the Genji and for Widowmaker. He only showed off a couple of heroes, and of course moving on to Brigitte for the 3-3, but I feel for only the 2 maps he played, he did leave a lasting impact on the series.
Yeah, that he did. All DPS play, all tank play, just every player has been spectacular, but a 4-0 will look good in Netherlands books, and you can imagine Facility is going to be pretty proud of himself as well. Looks like we're going to jump over to the 4 though. The man with the headband with the power is gone on the floor. Sab, we've got an interview with him.
We do indeed. Thank you so much, guys. Please, everyone, give it up for Team Netherlands. We continue our stroll through Sweep City today. And Sab, let's hear it from you. The Netherlands had a great showing in this group stage. What's your experience been like for you on this very turf in Paris?
Well, seeing as I'm new, I never really played in a competitive scene before. Everybody was quite surprised that I made the team of the Netherlands. But for me, it's honestly been a really great experience. It really felt good to just go out on stage. Nobody knew me, and going out on stage, playing in front of more than 10K, 20K people, it's just an amazing experience, honestly.
Ok, donc Zoé lui a demandé quel est ton retour du coup vis-à-vis de cette étape à Paris. Comment t'es-tu senti, quelle est ta rétrospective, pardon. Et à ça, Sab répond qu'il n'a jamais vraiment joué en fait en compétitif, qu'il n'a pas eu l'occasion de le faire, et du coup ici d'être très content d'être bien accueilli par la France et du coup de pouvoir jouer ses matchs et de se montrer un petit peu. Donc voilà, un petit bravo pour la Hollande.
And this is what makes the Overwatch World Cup such a fantastic experience, because we get to see new talent such as yourself being on the stage and playing their heart out. And it was absolutely fantastic to witness this. Now, anything you want to say to everyone who has been bleeding oranje for the last couple of days?
Can I do it in Dutch?
Yes, please do so.
Ik wil graag een shout-out doen naar mensen die thuis kijken, alle supporters in Nederland. Ik heb er echt van genoten dat jullie hebben gekeken. Echt hartstikke bedankt voor alle support.
All right, I don't expect you to translate that one, but...
Ça, voilà, a prononcé juste des mots de remerciement à ses fans en allemand. Voilà, donc je ne pouvais pas traduire malheureusement.
Now, one last thing. You played against the UK, you played against France. Who do you think is going to take that #1 seat?
You have to decide.
That's a difficult one you're giving me. I'm going to have to say... I think it's going to be France, but I'm not done yet, guys, but it's going to be a very close match, I can assure you that.
All right.
Donc du coup, Sam répond que il sera pour la France évidemment, mais qu'il dira quand même que ce sera un match très serré. Et on pense tous ici que ce sera un match très serré, qui va d'ailleurs arriver très bientôt, en tout cas. Oui.
All right, there you have it. Thank you so much, Sab, for joining me down here on the floor. Thank you so much once again for helping out with the translations. And we are heading back over to the castles to break down the game.
Man, Sab, just giving the French crowd some love there. Just making sure they knew it was going to be a close game, though. Yeah, pandering just a tad. Hey, he doesn't want to have to get a security escort out of the building.
Absolutely. Not playing with Christopher card.
Absolutely
But speaking of cards, We've got a stat card.
Oh, funny that. And who's it going to be? I think it's going to be Sab. There we go. On the Zenyatta himself. 16k healing done. A little bit more damage, though. 21k. Looking pretty good.
And he has been moving through a couple of different supports over the course of this match. But hero damage done. So much higher than his healing done. He's a very aggressive Zenyatta, and he can often benefit from the damage boost from a Mercy that Crusade so reliably plays. Sort of akin to how NYXL play, obviously, with Arc always damage boosting Jonak, making sure that he's doing an insane amount of damage. Adding a third DPS threat to a team can be so effective.
And the quicker you do DPS, the quicker you get that Transcendence online as well. I mean, Sab, you know, he said in that small interview that it's been exciting. It's been a very, very good experience for him. He's fairly new when it comes down to a live event. So being on a stage and being online again and being shown off to so many people, it's only good for him.
Can't wait to see more of Sab, to be honest. I think we'll be able to see him in Contenders rather shortly. If he doesn't get picked up for a Contenders team after this showing, I think might be a little bit silly.
I'll be a bit surprised too. We'll have to see if you guys have been surprised with our T-Mobile fan pulse. Let's see what you've been saying. Danye is just insane and nothing is going to change my mind. I would happen to agree. There's no one DPS star that stood out more than Danye, I think. He has just been such a just a dominant force in his team.
Yeah, Danye is the shining light of Poland in many cases. He has been around competition in Europe for a long time. He's always had the respect of his peers, he's had the respect of coaches, of casters, especially us, casting him for the last 2 seasons of Overwatch Contenders. He's been consistently amazing. This guy does not have he does not have troughs. He has only peaks.
He's only peaks, exactly that. Let's have a look at the next one. Oh, it's from Zoe herself. To the dudes in the front row wearing the striped shirts,
I believe that's
fake mustaches, carrying a paper bag with big heads. I love you.
I believe that's Obless and everyone else from the French Contenders cast.
I believe it is.
Yeah, they're all dressed up, supporting France.
Can you? Yeah, I was about to say, can you guess what team they're supporting next up? I think it's France.
Unbiased casters. We would know, being British.
Hey, come on. We've got one more for you, though, before we round it all out. It's like Brentcast and Sideshow Gaming turned into models. Well,
thanks for that one, production.
Make sure we see that. I'm going to go retweet that.
Yeah, that's going to be a retweet from me as well. Don't you worry. Thank you very much. And wink.
Well, that was your your fan pulse brought to you by T-Mobile. Next match is looking hella scary. It's the UK versus France on France's home territory as well.
Scary for me, scary for you, scary for the French in the front row as well, who know they're about to get absolutely clapped. But, of course, it's not going to be a pure clapping. It's going to be pretty close. It's going to be incredibly contentious between the UK roster and the French roster. Only one Overwatch League player on the UK roster, mostly up-and-coming talent, whereas Team France has been established for a while. They're just polishing what they already know is fantastic.
Well, before we get into that, let's have a look at some replays from the last game, because, boy, there were a lot of them.
Absolutely there are, and Korn really did show himself off today, going up against Shadow, another player who is mostly playing in the European Open division, will be moving up towards Contenders soon, no doubt about that.
Oh man, I was so excited to see Double May come out in Control Center. A little bit of Doomfist as well here and there. This is facility, they don't need no jetpack on the Farah. He can just sling rockets in. It's not where you want to be if you're Poland in that situation.
Absolutely, but let's talk a little bit about Crusade as well. He was incredibly reliable as a support, was not dying very much at all on that Lucio. His movement was fantastic. Not only that, he was always able to support his team, making sure that he already had control of the spacing with the boots.
This is the combination that has been kind of shone a light on throughout this entirety of the group stage. The Graviton surge straight into the bomb. There you go, easy peasy. Dawn ends up finding a shadow here as well. I mean, this really is, it was the stage of 3-3, absolutely. Jonah's shown some mean stuff on the Doomfist. Also, you may hear him in solo queue, but boy, is he fun to watch.
And look at that combination there as well. Facility and Yona were so well established in terms of synergy. I can understand why we didn't sub in Dante. I would have loved to have seen Dante versus Danye for a little bit, but you cannot argue with the efficacy of Yona and Facility as a duo.
Oh boy. This is Danye's just a show reel when he's on any kind of hit scan. That McCree play was just absolutely devastating. Beautiful bombs from Bruce as well, all around.
Red Jock here, our shining star of the second half, of course, the substitution. And how do you take down a pharmacy? That's how you take down a pharmacy, Jaws.
Pretty easy for him. That's exactly why he was subbed in. This is Danye just taking control on the high ground too. Both these squads actually did a fantastic job of recognizing the win conditions of a lot of these teams, a lot of the heroes too. Take control of that high ground if you've got double sniper, because then they can just rain death from above. Facility showing what he's made of on the blade.
And here we saw the Netherlands being able to focus down targets that were damaged by Facility in order to make sure sure that he could get those dash resets to continue the carnage of the Dragon Blade. It's incredibly important as a Genji when there are people who can escape from your blade after you give them a single slice and they're left with like 80 health or maybe 30 health, that you can have your team try and figure out how to get onto those, give you the dash reset and allow you to continue wreaking havoc.
Well, you can guess what match is going to come up next. It's the UK versus France. Cannot wait till they come out on stage, I'm not going to lie. The French crowd has been electric thus far over the course of the 3 days. Can't wait for it. Christopher, you know, prediction, he's going to 4-0 them, but funnily enough, AKM, so exactly the same thing.
I think together those make a 2-2, but someone's got to win, Jules, so it's likely going to be 3-2 to somebody. The question is who, and of course it will be dependent very much so upon who decides to take, well, who manages to take the predetermined control map, because that will set off a cascade of being able to pick maps that are suited to each team. So it could all be decided pretty much on the first map, and then it just can cascade from there.
Well, you'll have to wait and see. Plus, we got the draw after this game, and we're going to know who's going to be facing each other at BlizzCon. Stick around, guys. We got UK versus France coming up.